Hi, my name is Chardon. Welcome to the SG Sports channel. Hope everyone's having a great day in college football. As the Georgia Bulldogs beat the Alabama Crimson Tide 33-18 from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. And now I would like to welcome LoRo Antonio to the postgame show.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
LoRo Antonio. Go ahead.
how's it going? So would you like to share some stuff from the game, some things that you particularly enjoyed from the game?
Thanks for having me on. First of all, Shardol. And I'll tell you what, I wanted Alabama to win, and I think that Georgia was due to beat Saban, and Kirby Smart wanted his revenge. I'll tell you that.
And and in this game we're Alabama fans like expecting that Georgia was gonna beat them in this college football championship game.
I felt like that Georgia fans didn't expect it at first. Like, they really wanted a good football game. A lot of people were like, is Alabama going to repeat? A lot of people thought that they were the favorite to win. But at the same time, Georgia was even the better team here.
And who do you think stepped up for this Georgia Bulldogs football team?
I have to say it was Stenson Bennett, because I thought that this was a game that he really wanted. And Bryce Young didn't have his best game. Jamison Williams was hurt and all that. But credit the Georgia defense for getting the job done.
And do you think Alabama Georgia really wanted this win over Alabama? Like they really wanted this win, and then I'm happy they were able to get it tonight.
Well, Chardot, I mean, I just think that Kirby Smart, you got to credit Kirby Smart for what a good game plan he put together. And I thought it was going to be a back and forth game. I honestly wanted overtime because of how good this game was.
Do you think this was a really nerve-wracking game? Because there was like exciting moments on each end. You know, they scored a touchdown, Georgia scored a touchdown, Alabama scored again, Georgia scored again. It was back and forth really for both of these teams when they were scoring.
It was, but talk about both defenses playing well. But Bryce Young did not have it, as you all know, and I think Alabama will be back in the college football playoff next year.
Were you did you agree that it was nervous for Alabama because they wanted to be like they wanted to win again because they won last year and they wanted to win again? Do you think it was like nerve wracking for them because they wanted to be champions for two times in a row, but unfortunately they weren't able to complete that tonight?
It might be, but we'll see.
Because they won last year, right? They played Georgia, but they won. Alabama won that game over Georgia.
They played Florida last year, and then Alabama beat Ohio State in the national championship game. And then this year, Alabama beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, and then Georgia got their revenge.
So do you think both of them are really great football team? They both have really good qualities to them that make them great. Because Georgia has some good qualities. Alabama has some good qualities as well. I mean, they're both good organizations. Alabama and Georgia.
They are, and I'll tell you that.
And were you excited that they were the selected participants in this year's college football championship game?
Well, they earned it, because if you look at it here, is that Georgia started out undefeated. They lost one game, and then they beat Michigan in the semifinal round before moving on to the college football championship game.
So I mean, this was really exciting. I mean, both teams really wanted to win really bad, and they were fighting to get a win. And that's what happens in college football. Both teams are fighting to get a victory, and neither team wants to win. But in the end, there's going to be one winner and one loser. And Alabama was the loser, and Georgia was the winner. So that's kind of confusing because. Everybody was saying Alabama, but looks like Georgia was the winner in this competition because everybody said Georgia, and John Alcorn was the only person who said Alabama, but everybody was saying Georgia. So the majority was Georgia, and just one person, me and John Alcorn, were the two people who were rooting for Alabama. But unfortunately, Alabama wasn't able to complete it tonight and win this game over Georgia.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if
So
you look,
do you think that Georgia was the majority because everybody was rooting for Georgia, and there was just one person? I mean, me and John Alcorn were the only two people who were saying that we want Alabama to win this game. So looks like we were outnumbered by many Georgia fans.
yes, they were. There was a bit of outnumbered there, but we'll have to wait and see here.
So do you think that 6-2 is a big deal because when you're outnumbered 6-2, like 6 Georgia fans to 2 Alabama fans, do you think that's like being out? Like it's not good to be outnumbered, but you know, I mean, because I mean, I really like Nick Saban's a good coach, and I wanted him to get his victory tonight. But it's okay. I mean, you always have next year. Next year you'll always get that. Alabama will get their chance next year to win the championship next year. It's not over yet.
Yep, it's not over yet. I'll tell you that.
But I just liked this game, and it was highly entertaining. You know, I mean, are you normally a fan of college football, or you just watch it now and then, and anytime it's on TV, you just catch a little bit of it?
Well, I've always been. I use college football to scout future NFL prospects, but mostly I'm an Alabama football fan.
So were you kind of upset that that your team didn't win tonight?
It's disappointing. I mean, I wanted Alabama to win back to back. I mean, Bryce Young deserved to win this because he won the Heisman Trophy. But now, I think Alabama will come back with vengeance next year.
When you look at the roster for the roster for the player roster, do you think the 2021 roster was better? Because Devonta Smith was on it, who now plays for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think the 2020 roster was much better than it was this year, but Alabama continues to reload. They have a good recruit. I think Nick Saban's like one of the best coaches still in college football. And I think he and Bill Belichick, they think alike when it comes to running a football team.
And Isaiah said he's gonna join us shortly. He's celebrating right now that his Georgia Bulldogs got the win, so he's gonna join us in the middle. Cause I sent him the link already, but he's gonna join shortly. I don't know when he's gonna join, but look forward for Isaiah. He's probably gonna join the broadcast.
Yup, look for my man Isaiah Leung to join here.
So do you think that your team has a chance to win it next year? Like, are you pretty hopeful that if they didn't get a chance to win the title this year, they'll probably win the title next year? Because we'll see. I don't know if they'll make it next year, but I mean, would it be pretty great if they make it to next year's championship game? If Alabama makes it?
I think it could be possible. I think it will be. I kind of want to see Alabama go up against maybe Ohio State again or Michigan. Who knows?
So you're saying it's possible that Alabama makes it in the next year?
I think they come back stronger next year.
And do you think that the signing class for the new Alabama football players that are coming in, do you think they're going to help this program? The new recruits that are coming in to this football program?
I think so. I think that you'll see that.
Are you always excited for the recruits? Whenever you get new recruits, the new kids coming in to kind of make this football program stronger, do you always like that idea that we need to get a lot more talent? Because this team has huge amounts of talent, but they need more of it. They need to bring some players into this program.
Yes, they do. I mean, you got to get more players here.
I mean, we have one quarterback. So do you think that Alabama needs another quarterback, or do you think we're good with quarterbacks right now?
We're good with Bryce Young. I think Bryce Young is definitely on the right track here.
So we don't need any more QBs at this point.
Not really.
I mean, but this team is really good. I mean, uh, they've gone through ups and downs this year. And did you find that Alabama goes through some tough times throughout the season, but they're a resilient team and they can bounce back anytime they lose a game. They can always bounce back. Are they pretty resilient, Alabama, just as a football program?
They are pretty resilient. I think they are very resilient in a way like this team can avenge off these things.
Because whenever I watch college football, it always makes me good when a team's resilient, and even if they're in the face of defeat, they're able to bounce back and win a game. Just not worrying about the score, just going out there and playing a good game of football.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, because at the end of the day, it really matters on how much effort you put into it. How hard you fought. Does that really what it boils down to is that how hard you fought. You really worked hard as a team,
Yes,
as a collective unit.
that might be. You might be right about that.
Because whenever you work as a collective unit, you can win a lot of football games when you work together. Like when you work as a group, you're more successful when you work as a group.
Yes, collectively you're more successful.
That's why the Warriors say strength in numbers. That's some. Do you believe that Alabama you would use that apply that motto to Alabama? Strength in numbers. That means the more people you have, the more stronger you are.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, is that would that motto be the right motto to use for this situation to apply for Alabama?
Oh, of course. You're absolutely right about that.
But let me see if Isaiah's gonna join.
You texted him the link.
Yeah, I did.
Did he say he would join he would join you?
He said he would join in the middle because he said he's celebrating his Bulldogs win right now over Alabama. So he's celebrating that win. So he said he might be too busy celebrating. But what things did you see in Georgia? Like you said, Alabama did a good job. Do you think that Georgia did a good job in this game?
I think Georgia did a good job in this game, and I think that I think Stetson Bennett played well. The defense of Georgia stepped up when they had to, and that interception to seal the game was the icing on the cake.
Do you think who do you think who in this game do you think the O line was better, or the D line was better for both teams?
I have to say that both defenses played well, so it's tough to say which offense was better.
But I think how would you rate all the players who on the like the players who performed today? What grade would you give Stetson Bennett?
An A plus. I mean, he beat one of the top programs in college football.
Do you on the Bulldogs? Do you have a player who's good on his feet? He's really fast on his feet and he can make impressive plays on like while running the ball.
Maybe.
So do you, but yeah, but I mean, I like college football, but same thing with me. I'm not a big fan of it, but um the teams I really like watching is sometimes I watch Stanford a little bit, Cal. I like Cal football a lot. I like my San Jose State. Like I gotta rep my San Jose State football. That's my favorite because that's my school I go to. So I watch their games a lot. So I've been to some San Jose State games as well in the past. Um, so yeah, yeah. On Alabama and Georgia, who would you give the game ball to? So for Alabama, who would you give on both teams? Who would the game balls? Who would be given the game ball?
I think you got to give the game ball to Stetson Bennett out of Georgia. And for Alabama, I got to say their tight end, number 81. Sorry, I forgot his name. He had a pretty decent. I have to give the game ball to Brian Montgomery.
But do you think in this game, do you think both teams did a pretty decent job in this game in performance and how well they did in this game?
I'm sure. Yeah, I think they did a really good job here tonight. It's.
I mean, are you always in for like when games are super entertaining and they kind of have that thing where you're like I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna win? Are we gonna lose? Like, do you get that type of nervous feeling whenever you're watching a football game? Because it is nervous. Like it really comes down to the wire when you watch these football games. Like how the atmosphere gets so competitive. Like it's just a competitive atmosphere in the stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. So, any final questions you have for me before we wrap this up?
But I just like having on my show, and anytime you're welcome. We want to talk football. We could always meet up and do another stream together. But I just want to say it's really great having you, LoRo. I mean, I've never done a show with you, and it's probably the first time I've probably got a chance to do it. So it's very exciting for me.
All right. So, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and I hope you can join me another time.
Oh, for sure. Just let me know when you want me on, and we'll go from there.
I'll let you know.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
I hope you have a great night, LoRo.